right?
Correct.
Hilda can already bump from one lane to another really fast.
Yes.
And with expanding rivers, it's gonna be even faster.
Exactly. Baksha as well. I mean, we haven't seen that one being picked here by the teams. But speaking of picks, bans right now are showing up in the screen. It is going to be Zushin here, Arlots for the side of Team Flash. On the other side, though, RSG going to take out the Fanny here. And of course, Fanny's still a threat. You know, we've seen Hades doing as much here. Very consistent on Assassin Heroes. They are not going to give it away.
Yep, so with all these 4 heroes that's already been banned, we have Gabaxia that will be joining into the banning pool as well. So far, we have seen a pretty good showing of, well, when it comes down to being piloted by Van, the 1-1 as well as Bruno sounds pretty darn good. And I wouldn't be too surprised if we are starting to see some of these marksmen actually thrown into the banning pool as well.
Yep.
But there are still some other heroes that have been seeing quite a bit of pick rate. Esmeralda for today, for 2 games is going pretty darn strong, and Yi Sun Shin has always been first pick, first ban, or the first pick coming in from the blue side.
Yeah, one of the most contested heroes indeed, Yi Sun Shin, if not pick being banned there. And speaking of picks as well, I'm looking forward for the Harith, to be honest, on the gold lane as well. Just benefits so much, especially going to bully or control the lane, but you're ready to take it out. You don't want to sustain heroes here for the side of RSG to be picked on the side of Team Flash. And speaking of which, Yi Sun Shin is pretty much open, but I'm not sure if Team Flash is going to utilize this one, but it is one of the meta heroes right now.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure whether Hades is gonna run the Yi Sun Shin, but I would like to believe that.
Okay,
because I saved my nation from falling
apart.
apart.
Go for that.
Yep.
It feels like Yi Sun Shin is really too good to be true right now. 100% pick ban rate with a total of 7 picks.
Yep.
It does seem to be that way. So honestly, that's kind of crazy.
Yep, it is, and not only he is one of the meta. This hero also opens up a lot of versatility or flexibility on the team composition. We have just highlighted this one on the previous series as well. If you have a Yi Sun Shin in the jungle here, most likely you have some fighter or flexible side laners as well to be utilized by the team. So you already have the marksman, you have already the here. Most likely the Harith can be picked here with the side of Team Flash. You can also have the flexibility of the Lapu Lapu as well. But then again, the Chip is also been recognized here with the side of RSG, which is great. Again, Chip is one of those roamers as well, can easily go lane to lane with a teleport spell, can ramp up his economy with that vision game.
Yep, so once again, this is entire Kampong just dropping in, RSG doing RSG things, right? And putting a Kimi into the mix. This is something that we will love to see, you know, the triple marksman kind of thing. I kind of miss that, but unfortunately, no more Yi Sun Shin available for RSG. Feels kind of like a denial pick for RSG. I'm not too sure whether they will even bother to go for that. But regardless, with a Yi Sun Shin in here, we can actually play a lot more into the So Khaleesi just playing the Farsa, totally understandable, and closer with the Esmeralda too.
Yes, and speaking of the EXP, right? Yesterday it was Bear, now Closer will have his time to shine. Now Esmeralda as well. Speaking of which, a similar kind of pick and bans sequence here. Once Chip has been picked on the other side, it is going to be the ultimate response from the opposing team to choose the Esmeralda as well, because of course teleports provide shields, so Esmeralda has the falling summon and the passive to actually negate those shields as well. So pretty counter against the lineup coming in from RSG. But of course, having a Chip right now in the composition, you need the team fight oriented hero as well. And there you go, Choi with the burst damage, AoE, speed as well, benefiting the expanding river.
Magic.
Again, right?
Magic. I sure hope that it's not going to be a Mage Bane in the goal lane once again.
Most likely, yes. I think it's still viable.
Shush.
Yeah, but it is still viable.
It is still definitely going to be viable, especially since it is Farsa on the opposite side, right? So honestly, when it comes down to having a Bane, it will always be kind of like a ticking time bomb. Or I wouldn't say
My tail's been itching for
but it's just a
real
ticking time until the Farsa have to dismount from the Feathered Airstrike. So there is a time sequence involved, but that is provided that Khaleesi don't use up all of the artillery strikes by then.
And speaking of strikes here, Cho is pretty much open as well. The only threat here I can
Jay's
see
Cho?
here. I have seen Cho from Jay. He usually is using the Kufras, Dr. J's, the Franco as well. Yeah, becoming architects, as they have dubbed this player as well, making some plays. But looking forward for the picks, especially for hyper aggressive rotation roamers coming in from the from Jay here. But Esmeralda, Forza, yep, but you need that hard crowd control as well coming in from Flash SG, especially here on how you will be able to stop Joy, and also the backline here coming in from the Kimi as well.
Yeah, so honestly, right now at this point in time, I'm just kind of wondering, what's gonna be the thing that we should be looking out for, right? With the next two picks coming in for Team Flash and RSG, what are they lacking? Team Flash at this point in time, they do have a little bit of immobilization, but not exactly a team-wide crowd control. RSG side, they have pretty good early game, but crowd control-wise is also in a bit of a toughie, right?
Yep.
Team Flash, they do have the Esmeralda they can play into the shortcut already, so it will be great when it comes down to their aroma. They can look for something along those lines once again. Since Gadokacha has already been taken away, which is actually a pretty good answer for RSG for themselves to pick, but I guess they just don't want such a large AoE effect for Team Flash to play around. But there's still Khalid though.
Yep. There's still Khalid. They can go. I haven't seen Badang as well.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one, Badang as a roam or. But anyway, let us see. This is the beauty of having a Yes and Shin, right? You have the flexibility as well on the side lanes. You can go for Harry though. Harry has been taken down here. Harry is pretty good as well against Chip's teleport. You can use the Zaman Force there on a 5v5 team fight. It's really incredible. But anyway, on their team composition, it still lacks that hard crowd control that you have been mentioning here, Abstract. Can only rely for that falling star moon, of course, the stun coming in from the Yisen Shin as well. But you need ultimate crowd control skill here coming in from Team Flash.
So with early game kind of pivoting game is gonna be the Farsa, then slowly the next
Franco?
one. I think Franco is kind of like a far cry. I would like to believe they are not exactly a very. I mean, they can play pick off. They can definitely play pick off. Oh,
Okay.
okay, Benedetta.
Yep.
Benedetta with that. I think that is okay. I think that that's still pretty okay. This kind of fulfills their crowd control, one of their crowd control thing, right? Petrify into the Electro Final Blow. Pretty good answer to immediately just zip right into the face of Farsa. That is one of the answers that they can look out for. What are some of the other ways that they can look into this? They have a lot of damage over time then, right?
Yes,
because
that is true.
Because of literally Joy, Joy stance, Electro Final Blow, the smaller pellets that
There you go, the Badang.
Oh, but
Okay, Badang has been picked because they need Lapu.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, two fighter sidelines. That's what we are expecting when you have a Yisen Shin in your team composition right now, which now actually Team Flash solidifies their defense here to protect Courtesy on the Farsa, because there's so many things coming in from RSG to go into the backline. So there's so much mobility, plus the expanding river doubles down this aggressiveness, this lineup coming in from the side of RSG. However, burst damage-wise, they can rely, of course, for Joy and late game insurance for the Claw.
Okay, this is quite a late game roster for the side of RSG, which is kind of scary considering the fact that in the early/mid phase for RSG, they actually don't have an answer for Team Flash. With the amount of crowd control coming in from Team Flash, the Badang coming in, even when it comes down to the Bravest Warrior from the Lapu Lapu, I think that just the two of them plus the Farsa is actually already gonna be pretty darn scary. While RSG might not have a really good answer. They can all enter into their shortcut, but what can they do after that?
Yeah, we witnessed this one in the previews, right? Even though the shortcut is there, if the opposing team has a great wall or a great defense, it's still gonna be a challenge for the cheap lineup to penetrate through. So this is one of the challenges here coming in from the side of RSG, unless, of course, this is a claw that we're talking about, late late game, Claude having incredible items already with the BMI. Now he can rip through there onto the backlines. But remember, crowd control-wise, it is still in favor here for the side of Team Flash.
So with that all said, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Game number 1 between Team Flash and RSG is well underway. Both of the junglers have decided to start off at the orange buff. As such, they are going to be popping up in opposite sides of the map with varying amount of, you know, it kind of shows off what kind of playstyles, or rather what kind of direction that they are trying to go for, right? With the Joy that will be going over to the XP lane by the end of her route, and then the Yisushin going into the gold lane by the end of their route. It seems as though Team Flash, they want to stir up some aggression just so that the Lapu Lapu will be able to kick off online a little bit sooner. But speaking of which, that's kind of scary.
Yeah, it is, and this is what we want for the start of RSG as well. But remember, of course, seeing the jungle path here, but with expanded rivers later on. So we're still expecting incredible team fight gonna brawl out together with these two teams. Now, late game, it is gonna be Ashley right now on the Claude. We have seen, of course, the current meta right now still shines on the flexibility of the side laners, but Claude is still very viable when it comes to the lane. He has the reach with the PMI. He still can go for the carry role on the later stages, especially with this heavy lineup coming in for the side of the Flash as the solo fighters here as Nalda, Sadang, and also the Lapu Lapu. And the Claude can rip through there on the late game.
Yeah, so this really just depends on RSG just heading over to the late game, right?
Yep.
But they don't have a way that will allow them to spiral out of control or even kind of bridge themselves from early to mid to late. The best case scenario that I can think of is Hoki dropping shortcuts by, you know, by the first turtle. That requires him to be at level 4.
Yes.
So everyone just goes in and they wreak havoc. But that's the question, right? The moment everyone goes in, I will see Joy just zooming around. It takes time before she will be able to go into her ultimate. Benedetta, couple of dashes, or maybe just straight on Electro Final Blow, then that's instant gratification. That's Benedetta that checks the list for being good after shortcut. Claude can't do anything unless you wait, right?
That is true.
Kimmy, a little bit far, but
she needs the follow-up coming in from Chip.
Yeah.
She's not the one who can really rip through.
Yeah,
you
she
mentioned, of
can't
course,
rip through.
Benedetta. It's either Benedetta or Joy, especially during the early stages.
So Joy can't, Claude can't, only Benedetta can, and Kimmy needs time to pop off, right? Kimmy needs time to really get the charges up before she will be able to rip through everyone in a piercing fashion. So literally, only 1 out of 5 that can make full use of, or rather 1 out of 4 make full use of the shotgun. But speaking of which, it does seem like we won't be able to see that shotgun going on for now. But at least we know that the turtle will go down first, with the first blood going over to the hands of Closer, bringing Torrens down. The fight continues on in an extended fashion. Murphy stays alive with just a sliver of health, Hoki flickers away, just to ensure that they don't give any more kills to Team Flash.
Wow, I didn't expect that Hades could be able to get that turtle buff to his team, but then again he did. And I can see that RSG Singapore here was just too late, and they need PTBL to be on time when it comes to the team fight in that situation. I can see, of course, especially during the early stage of the game, it is going to be the Taurus here and Joy PTBL who's having this damage already flowing through into his team. On the other side, the real threat here is Cartesi for me. With that Feather Airstrike, he can really burst through anyone here, but he is susceptible. That's why he needs Shade as the protection on the team fight.
Yeah, there's not really... honestly, when it comes down to the lane priority, there's a lot of things that each team can't, or rather RSG can't do. You can see down in the XP lane, the Benedetta have got nothing that she can do against the Esmeralda. Esmeralda is just bad crazy, right? It's just going to go crazy on you, get shields, whatever hit that you have, doesn't do anything. But in the meantime, for the gold lane, it's understandable that the Claude will have the reach to deal with the Lapu, but Lapu also do have the reach to throw all those swords right back at the Claude. Yeah. So relatively similar in terms of playstyle, or rather, you know, who can leave the lane first. Normally, it will be the Lapu.
Yeah, for sure. But as the game goes by here, they have to take their eyes on Ash here on the Claude. So we're not seeing actually any harassment of Cold Lane. It's just doing what it seems, especially with a teleport coming in from Hoki here, is gonna be easy for this Claude to go into the team fight. And speaking of which, I think we are seeing some brawl here on the bottom. Expanded River already is here. Now the movement speed will benefit both two teams. Who will initiate this one first? But then again, we're seeing Flash SG actually here controlling across the pit.
With them just pulling out the turtle, the rise of RSG, they're not exactly too interested.
Yeah.
Down. Hoki is around the vicinity though. Probably not create a shotgun and give Hades that free turtle.
Right, surprisingly, so that was the call coming in from RSG, and I thought they are going to go for Brawl that time around, but unfortunately that was not, they are playing it safe right now. So, okay, they're going to go for the late stages of the game, they'll pressure them, but look at Danix right now, out of position though.
Yep, but it does Brave Warriors himself right out of there, while in the meantime, we do have Kha'Zix just popping off with defensive S, right, putting Hoki down to the lower amount of HP, while Hades gets to kill down the Taurus while he was stuck on over to the wall because of Jay. But speaking of which, Jay goes down to the hands of PTBL. PTBL continues onto the onslaught, getting a single claw down over to Hades, and that is 2 kills for PTBL.
Wow, the tankiness here coming in from the fighters of Flash SG. Unfortunately, of course, they have underestimated the power of a Joy. Joy really thrives on those kind of close quarter combats there, and Flash SG right now just had been 2 casualties onto their side in that situation. So far right now, 3 kills, Rio 1 here for the side of PTBL. It's going great actually for the Joy here for the side of RSG.
Now Murphy did manage to pick up the Blood Wings, so that is a good amount of shields that she will be able to get for herself. However, let's remember that shields is also going to be really good for Esmeralda. Yeah, so closer, yeah, he's got that. But that is crazy heck a lot, man. More damage for Kha'Zix, right? Just pushing Ash away. That is a free turret all the way at the top lane. This will unlock Phoenix.
Oh, for sure indeed here. And this is what we expect. Kha'Zix has the firepower here for the side of Flash SG. And RSG Singapore on the other side still relies for the time for Ash to go to go online here in this situation. For now, RSG's playing it safe actually. And I thought expanding Rivers with this kind of lineup, they have to be very aggressive, but speaking of which, Closer is the target.
Trying to get away, like the final blow narrowly missed the mark, while Closer hoping they will be able to catch enough shield to get himself right out of dodge, which he will be able to. Just crazy amount of movement speed, that's one thing.
Yep, and no ultimates here for Joy, no ultimate as well for the Vendetta. It's going to be easy turtle right now for Flash.
And now we do have got Hoki that's just going to be stuck within the walls, and such is going to be the first one down, while Ash is just going to go blazing to it to get himself right out of dodge.
Oh, actually they are doing good pressure first here in the middle lane, and transition here for the turtle right now, and RSG has been zoned off here in the skirmish play. And RSG with 2 safe play style right now, it's also rocking up the momentum here for Flash SG. It's somehow a double-edged sword on the strategy right now we're witnessing coming in from RSG. Will they be able to carry this one out from Ash? The pressure coming in from this Bull Raider right now is there. Kha'Zix is here.
Oh, okay. That's definitely going to be tough. As you can see, Ash just got sniped out from the Oblivion. Well, in the meantime, Brave Warriors just going to get a stun down on the Hoki right underneath the Taurus nose. Not going to do anything as for now. The middle lane is also been wiped out. Team Flash is not able to get a push down the middle.
Oh man, this is Flash SG. They know the strategy here coming in from RSG. They don't want this late game already to be rocking up here on the opponent's side. And look at the damage coming from Kha'Zix right now. He knows who to target, and that is Ash. Ash right now with the first damage, it's gone.
Taurus built up a malefic roar. I thought that Taurus might actually go for the tank style solely because of the concocted blast, but I'm wrong. I do actually like the fact that you went damage first, but Malefic Roar for first item is not what I'm expecting. Was expecting a little bit more Hunter Strike, you know, Fury Hammer first, and then into maybe just a Bloodlust Axe, but Malefic Roar.
Yeah, I'm actually expecting to be a defensive build, not an offensive one here for Towers, but then again, he wants to go for the first.
Okay.
Have to see Malefic Roar damage build, burst as well.
That's okay.
These targets, box line as well.
Yeah, so full on assassin style on the
Bam.
side of Taurus. He does have Petrify as well, so at least the Electro Final Blow will do quite a number over to Kha'Zix the moment that she is within, or rather he is in the Electro Final Blow. But down at the bottom lane, look at the amount of damage that Vanix have got in his shoes, man. Just immediately pushing Ashe away from such bad spot. BTBL just gonna be pushing himself, or rather pushing closer away. Fortunately, closer was not able to steal away the ultimate buff, while middle lane is gonna get a siege down to the T1 turret. Close, but not close enough.
Yeah, look at how the rotation's coming in from Flash SG. Beautiful game sense indeed. They go to go pressure here to top the bot and transition as well here in the middle lane. Now RSG is scattered around across the land of Dawn. They cannot even contest this Lord Dance anymore here. It's going to be freely given here to the side of Flash SG because of their pressure, their macro plays across the map.
Ashe as well as Murphy, both of which have picked up a new item for them. This might be a
No
boss fight that
way.
we're looking for. Ashe all the way down to the bottom lane. He does have global presence after all. As such, himself as well, and Taurus is just going to be joining into the midst of the fight. But unfortunately, Ashe, when he comes down the place to do it, does not have much damage onto the side of Jay. BTBL takes the Lord for himself. This is great for RSG SG. So now they would definitely just want to get themselves a bit backwards a bit. They did manage to bring Hades as well as Kha'Zix down, two of the core members of Flash SG. This will get the Lord pushing down in the bottom lane.
Wow, I did not expect that one, Abstract. All eyes was actually at beating EL, but it was Hoki making it happen in the team fight. And the Lord Dance, rather, that's cheeky play on the teleport, and they managed to steal here with BTBL and the clutch Lord to take. And now Flash SG miscalculating in that situation. I thought they had grasped already the team fight, and it is now the time for RSG to bounce back with this great take a Lord objective here against Flash SG.
And the Lord advantage is going to be a good number to RSG. All the T1 turrets are now down. Flash will now deal with the Lord that's marching down to the bottom. This is more than enough, right?
Yep.
Because we are almost at an equal amount of, or rather, it is an equal amount of turrets that is left for both sides, right? So at least in the middle lane for RSG, they still have the T1 turret, and that is actually a very good thing.
That is correct, and I thought the middle turret already been taken down, but nah, still standing here with the sliver held on the turret. And now RSG. I thought they have been pushed against the wall, but look at how they recovered on the team fight already. And now Vanix on a fighter on the Lapu-Lapu. We've seen the damage already here, but remember, as long as Ashe here on the card has the proper optimizations here, can burst through anyone here against the side of Flash SG.
Yep, T1 turret finally went down. At this point in time, Team Flash, we gotta have to look out for Kha'Zix still. Should be
That
the
is true.
main damage dealer of the team for now. As for RSG, I would like to believe that Taurus does hold a very strong vantage point as the main damage dealer because of their Blade of Heptasis, Malefic Roar, as well as Sea Halberd. So that is crazy amount of damage. Technically speaking, Joy can still come into play with a total of 3 kills to his name and a total 7.4 thousand gold.
Jay? Oh no.
Just gonna be jumping in from behind. Not being able to land anything on the Hoki. But that is going to be the better aspect that's gone. But Ashe!
Wow. Oh my goodness, that is going to be a big blunder there, Abstract. Now our RSG without the gold laner, they are now going to push through, putting pressure here against RSG.
Like a hot knife through butter. Yes. Ashe wasn't even able to do anything, just crumble under the despair.
Okay, Taurus is really out there on the opposing lane. Will be able to come through the defense. Where is the defense?
It does seem like Taurus will be able to take one turret down, but unfortunately they will lose the bottom lane T3 in the meantime. Hoki hoping that he'll be able to run himself away, but unfortunately Hades will be able to land the flagship right down onto him, bringing him down. Murphy with just a sliver of HP. Taurus! The Electro Final Blow! That is more than enough to be able to take Jay down and almost get a kill down on Vanix as well as Hades.
Oh man, Taurus here. He is really the saving grace, but is he?
And it's gonna be stunned. Stunned again. That's a chain stun that we want to see from Vanix and Kha'Zix.
Oh man, the damage ranking up already here for the side of Flash SG already, but mission accomplished. Even though they had defended here for the side of RSG, it is still going to be inhibitor turret gone on the bot side here. And now Flash SG transition here for the Lord takedown right now. They have the numbers advantage as well. Positioning wise, It is going to be Flash SG taking it, but remember, RSG managed to take a steal later. Hold that thought.
Okay, not in a good spot at all, but he's still alive. Never mind, he's dead now. The shotgun did manage to pull right out. While PTBL just gonna go straight in over to the ultimate to get into one kill. Murphy himself gets one as well.
What?
The two-man down is ready from the side of Team Flash. 2 for 3 to make it 2 for 2 because Taurus now back into the fray. Closer, he is still alive, but it's literally 1v1 between him and Murphy. But Jay joins in the fray and managed to give one more love tap over.
Taurus?
And that is more than enough for them to do enough damage. Taurus, eye for an eye, gets himself away, stun and stun.
Oh
and
my.
Taurus, he was just alive, and now he's dead again. But PTBL is not gonna let his fellow teammates go down without a fight. As such, he went back into the fray, hoping that he'll be able to get killed onto Jay, but Jay, oh, sneaky little boy.
Indeed, but then again, let us go back into the lore dance there. I wasn't expecting Ash to die so early, and I thought his Blazing Duet also racking havoc on the damage, but nah, Flash SG still managed by soaking up all that gold laner damage rather, and now Flash SG here managed to take advantage of the situation. Now no contest whatsoever here on the Lord. RSG is in the first of defense here. Oh, Hokey again!
He was trying to do something here, but unfortunately came in a little bit late, and everyone else is up together! RSG, they are never mind. It seemed as though they were in a dire situation, but right now it is Team Flash that is in dire situation. Now, Vanix hoping that he'll be able to get himself away. He is in Bravest Warrior, but he's still taking a little bit too much pot shots from RSG. Taurus went a little bit too far, as such punished by Hades.
Oh man, Hokey once again with a risky play there on concealed teleport 1, but then again Flash SG secured the Lord this time around. And look at the dark damage, PTBL still managed to go back at that moment in time. But RSG here, they want some brawl, man. They want to fight.
They want to fight it all out, man. 12 kills in total for themselves, while in the meantime Team Flash has got 16 kills in total. Only a 2,000 gold lead. That's not too bad after all. The only problem for RSG is the fact that they don't have a T3 turret at the bottom.
And with this inhibitor turret gone on the bot side, shield super minions will be the advantage here over the side of a Flash SG. And remember, this is again a clock, late game hero. But the positioning coming in from Ash is not that great when it comes to the skirmishes that we have witnessed so far in the recent fights against the side of Flash RSG. He needs to proper time his Blazing Duets, his BMI here, because he is the favorite target right now coming in from Flash SG. Without Ash, on a 5v5, they have to rely for PTBL at this moment in time. Taurus as well for the damage, but at this moment in time, Ash will need to step up.
Actually need to get the timing right as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Understandably for how Lapu Lapu plays, his stuns don't come out immediately.
Yeah.
That is, of course, a very long time before you actually do that, right? Throw the blades, dash forward, and only then goes into Bravest Warrior. Then you slash, slam, then you stun. Usually that is the pattern. So if Vanix don't see Ash, he's probably going to go for that combo and just wait for the point in time that he really needs a stun and stun Ash down when the Blazing Duet is happening. He does have a flicker to reposition himself just so that he will be able to hit Ash. I'm not too sure how easy that will be, but if he does land, Ash will have to use... This really just boils down to the roamers, right? Which is Hokey in this case. But as a chip, you're not exactly a hero that goes around and give a lot of information, especially where an entire team is. How are they positioned? You want to play more of an ambush thing, right? Come into the back and immediately just drop a portal right on the backliners of Flash SG, for example, and let the magic happen.
Speaking of which, we got a position coming in from Hokey here. On the teleport. Or I think he found his way in against the Badang here, but no teleport been committed yet.
Yep, because it is a Badang after all. You don't want to drop a portal right in front of Badang. I think that's the worst case scenario.
Expanded reverse right now here. Look at the zone coming in from closer as well. Hokey, all eyes on him, but the conceal hasn't been used yet. But 50% health for the Lord.
Yep, one of the main threat for Team Flash SG is already right now in the fountain. So now they have no chance to fight for the Lord. just because of a single play from Closer to push Taurus away. But now the fight continues. Why are they fighting? I don't know. But RSG, they are fighting. They're going in straight onto Team Flash. No one's dealing with Katisi just yet, but at least the Blazing Duet coming in from Ash finally made its way over to Katisi. More than enough for them to do the trick. It's 2-4-1 at this point in time, and RSG is winning. But until now, because now Ash is dead. They're still Vanix, they're still Closer. They will still stomp their way through if they are able to find a 2v3 win. But unfortunately, it is going to be a little bit tough because Forrest is, after all, a damage dealer after all. Team Flash is going to be going straight right into the face of Murphy. Vanix gets one kill. 2-for-2 right now, or rather 2v2 right now. Immortality is just going to be popped. Closer gets one kill. Gonna be left with just gonna be left with Toki. He's running away. Vanix, he should be able to get a free charge in all the way from the top side while Closer deals with Hoki.
Are you kidding me? That prolonged team fight there. Abstract. I think I just witnessed 3 falling star moons in a row. And
Was it really 3?
How long the team fight is. It was incredible to see. They were to finish the game.
PDBL doing whatever they can to sing and song and dance for the team in order to deal enough damage, but it is not. Team Flash takes game 1.
Oh my. What was that? That was kind of...
That was a forced fight. That was hands down a forced fight.
Yes.
That was not a fight that is going in their favor.
my.
But that is also a that is also a fight that Team Flash played. Damage dealer, that's great. But of course, MVP, we gotta talk about this, is Closer that is onto the Esmeralda.
Yep. Stepping up this time around, and I love the Esmeralda pick, especially against Chip. Prioritizations here for their opponents, and we have seen how incredible it is for the Esmeralda to dance her way through in a prolonged team fight. The shields are insane. It's not going to be it's really also great for Closer to zone out everyone on the floor dance as well. Big impact coming in from this guy.
Yeah, so what can I say, man? Closer, he made that play. He made the play, went over to poke onto Benedetta. That's the big thing. Still survived all the way from the start to the end of the fight. Received so much damage, dealt so much damage as well.
Yeah.
This Esmeralda is just a pain to deal with.
Oh, unfortunately here on the other side, RSG relying so much here on the Claude scaling, especially during the later stage of the game, but it was great for Flash RSG actually recognizing the threat here. They don't want Ash to scale through. He was the favorite target here, coming in from the side of Vanis, coming in from the side of Curtisi as well. It's just so much here coming in for the damage department for the side of Flash RSG. RSG on the other side though, we've seen Towers as well doing his best to go for the flanking maneuvers here, but then again, he's been zoned out coming in from the J. They know how to position themselves, they know how to recognize how the team fight also prolongs here, and it was great for Flash SG to execute properly here when it comes to a 5v5 brawl.
Yeah, so itemizations wise, this is pretty much late game territory. Yeah, everyone have gotten the exact items that they wanted. It is a pity though that Taurus did not get a full item. He's got all the damage items that he needs.
Yeah.
Doesn't really have a lot of survivability, which is probably one of the main reasons why, you know, it's suffering a little bit against Closer. I thought that maybe, yeah, the having fourth item of damage is pretty good. You should be able to deal a good amount of damage to Katisi or perhaps even Hades, for example. Don't really have to go full damage, in my honest opinion, because he's having a lot of problems dealing with Closer.
Correct. Has been can go for a flex items here, at least soaking the damage initially here for the side of Taurus. But you know, yes, you have incredible itemizations here, but it cannot last long in the team fight. What's the use here? But speaking of which, damage department here, and other than that is going to be Closer here, having the most one. His AoE is Falling Star Moons. Again, the last series, if I'm not mistaken, 3 Falling Star Moons now. Very long.
3 Falling Star Moons.
This is just insane already here. But on the other side, though, unfortunately for RSG, late game insurance here coming in from Ash. His positioning is a tall here against the side of RSG.
Yes. Oh man,
my goodness.
This is kind of crazy, right? I mean, this is game number 1.